late, but we're about to get into this review. Let's talk about it.
Get busy in here, get busy in here. Yeah, my squad run deep. Yeah, we really in here. I swear whatever you want, you can get it in here. Comedy or the drama, it's a mixture in here. But you'll love it in here. Yeah, you'll love it in here. Got reviews up in here. We got stories in here. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell. Oh yeah, 3 clicks like the shoes on Dorothy in here.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy BusyBlu, and I am back with another recap and review. Today, I am recapping and reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 4, called The Snooze Fest. This episode was really boring. If you come in here on the live, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about the episode. This feels like a very quick episode that I can get through. It really wasn't a lot that was going on. I will say, it does feel like, hold on, let me make sure my microphone is on because last time it wasn't. It does feel like one, it's fresh and new. Like the editing, chef's kiss. I am loving the editing and what's going on with the editing. With the show and the storylines, I'm trying to get people to see a different way. So I think this is what my problem is. I like to fight for the little man and for the little guy, okay? And now that the little guys who I used to root for, which really were like Kandi and Kenya, they became the big guys. There's now new little guys. And it's making it very hard for me to root for, like, I rooted for Kenya, been rooting for her since the beginning. And how y'all was dragging her. Y'all called her a harlot, a whore. Y'all called her everything but a child of God for years. Okay? And it really took other people being on the show for her to get her just due. Okay? For a long time, and I rode for her nasty attitude and sometimes her questionable ways. But I rode for her. But now she's the big guy. And it's making it very hard for me to root for her because now I see her ways and there's other little people to root for. So I'm going to tell y'all today that this is about to be another devil's advocate. I can see Marlo's side episode in review. Okay. So let's get into it. What's up, Savannah? What's up, Really BTV? Make sure y'all go follow her, Really BTV. She be keeping me up to date. What's up, Fee? All right, what's up, Brittany? What's up, Talise? Let's get into it, y'all. Okay. Because I have to get to work. So we start off with Kenya. Kenya is practicing with Monyetta and preparing for the dance. Now they have the Magic City Classic that they're preparing for. This is maybe HBCUs are doing a little bit more promotion because this is the second show. I think the other one is on Bell Collective, which I have a review coming up for y'all soon. I think the Bell Collective also is talking about the Magic City Classic. So, like, I think no, not the Bell Collective. Give it to me. Somebody's pouring it to me. Somebody is saying it at their house right now. And the name of the show is College Hill. College Hill is also talking about the Magic City Classic. So it's interesting that they're practicing. She says that what she wants to do, because everybody's in love with Kenya, more hair care. They're getting prepared to do a dance with the band of the school. She feels as if the death drop that she did down at the BravoCon just really didn't make it like she wanted it to. So she wants to do something different. She wants to make sure that this time she goes out there, she dances her A off. Okay. Monyetta, we learned that she used to be a dancer and she had a dance troupe. Wasn't there another person on Real Housewives who used to be a dancer, had a dance troupe? Am I making that up? Yes, I am, because that was on Basketball Wives. Okay. And we ain't seen her in a long time. But Monyetta, so they're practicing and then they sit down. Monyetta friend RHOA calls. Apparently, Kenya likes him. They've been dating for a while, talking for a while. She said the Yelp reviews came back. It was a 9.6. Then she starts being very sexually suggestive. She was cleaning off the screen, and he was like, "Do that again." And I was like, "Okay, we just got to the episode, okay." So, she says that she She's really feeling him. She's been trying to get through this divorce for a long time, and she's done waiting. She wants to be with someone. So they like each other. After they get off the phone with Roy, basically King's like, do I want to bring these heifers down to the Magic City Classic? Because at this point they be acting a fool. I'm not sure if I should really come down. At the end, I mean bring them down, but at the end of the day, the halftime show is a secret. We're not supposed to be telling anyone. Make sure nobody knows. Okay. Then we get to Sonya saying Sanya. Sonya saying Sanya is preparing for, it sounds like a lot. She was sitting in front of her sister and her mother. Her brother-in-law is her assistant, and she was like, nails done, hair did, everything did. You gotta make sure you drop off the dress, make sure you drop off the skirt, make sure you get the heels in the size that we needed it. And she was looking through her phone. She was like, "There's a lot of things that don't have a check mark off. Like, there's a lot of stuff that need to happen." And y'all, I will say that I was an assistant one time in my life and I got fired from it because I'm not supposed to be anybody's assistant. I don't need to keep my own self up to date. You think I could keep you up to date? The lady was also rude though. She used to come into my desk and put quarters on my desk. That meant that you need to put the quarters in her meter, and I didn't know that. Okay, so tickets, boots, whatever, it had nothing to do with me. But you need to speak to me and tell me what you want. Okay, you can't just put quarters on my desk and think that that means something. But other assistants apparently do. I'm nobody's assistant. It don't work for me like that. I can't do it. Um, but the brother-in-law has so much stuff to do that, and there's a lot of stuff that's not getting done. Outside of Mommy Nation, she's a CBS correspondent or an NBC correspondent. She be at the Turkey Derby. She's here, there, everywhere. So she still has stuff that she needs to get done. I thought it was a little insensitive when she was like, "Oh, Chase, just gotta talk to you real quick." Her sister, my husband said, "Y'all gotta leave." He said he's just ready for this to be a Ross house and love you dearly, but it's time for you to go. And she's like, "Oh, that's a little interesting, because I done packed up all my bags, my children, Jamaican beef patty, cocoa bread, and now you telling me I gotta go? This a little interesting, but I'll get up and go." Child, the mama was like, "Don't take it too seriously." She said, "Hard not to, hard not to." Girl, we came down here for you, and now you telling me I got to go? Okay, we'll see what's going on. What's up, Scotty by Nature? Why are you up so early? Y'all make sure y'all go follow Scotty by Nature TV. Why are you up so early? But it's hard not to. Y'all done brought me all the way out here, and this what y'all doing? Oh, okay, we get it. So then, okay, y'all. So everybody who gonna throw tomatoes at me, put y'all tomatoes in the chat right now. Okay, just put them in the chat. Because I know this is the devil's advocate Marlo approach. Okay, let's dive into it. Marlo's having her Halloween costume, Halloween shoot. She says that since Crystal, whatever the girl's name, been helping her a lot, she's been doing it. She's trying to create tradition for her and the two boys. One of them was Pennywise, and I think the other one was just trying to be vampire in Brooklyn. I don't know. So she's building these new traditions, right? What is bothering her right now is that, after the people broke into her house, she doesn't have the right to bear arms. And she wants to make sure that she can have a gun as a civilian just in case, because it's very scary taking care of young people and also trying to live in a house or in a community where people broke into your house. 4 armed guards came in and she don't even have the right to protect herself. Y'all remember when those people tried to break into, I still feel like that was staged, but when those people ran and tried to break into Kenya's home and she came out with the gun and was shooting and stuff, and it's just like, okay. Marlo says she needs the same protection, so she's trying to figure out how can she get her stuff expunged, that way that she can get a firearm. And she met this girl named Courtney, which we know is Drew's husband, Ralph's cousin, and she said she's gonna help. So I don't know why she keep. I know why she keeps bringing her up, But she says, Candy's so worldwide and she has all of this stuff. All the ladies keep bringing in my past. Why haven't you tried to ever help me get my record expunged? What we do know is that Marlo and Kandi have known each other for a while. She said she used to date her cousin when they was little. So they've been knowing each other for a long time. Now, did they know Kandi was going to pop like she was going to pop or da-da-da-da? Who knows? But it seems as if Marlo has a relationship with her for a while. So we learned that Courtney's a crisis manager. She comes in, she's a crisis manager. She feels as if Marlo can, use the help. They start talking about what Marlo problem is. Go with me, okay? Now y'all can start putting y'all tomatoes in the chat already. Y'all can start putting y'all tomatoes in the chat. What from my perspective, it sounds like Marlo, since knowing Kandi for a long time, like outside of this show, outside of everything that's happening, her and Kandi have known each other for a minute. From my perspective, it sounded like Marlo's obsession or frustration with Kandi is the fact that, girl, we know each other. And everybody be trying to make it seem like Kandi's so great, Kandi's so good, Kandi's so everything, when you really not about that life like that. From Marlo's perspective, and I'm going to tell y'all why I think that way. So she goes into Quentin's shooting. Quentin was a nephew that she had. He worked for the old lady gang. Okay? Now, I talked to a couple of people before I did this review, and some people were like, well, do you know everybody you employ? And do you know everybody who's how does Kandi supposed to know? My thing is this. There's a level of one, she has a whole TV show with employees that she knows. They be over their house and everything. If y'all didn't watch Kandi, and don't you want to go, hey, to the place to be where strangers become family, over fried chicken and mac and cheese with 3 old ladies recipes. Don't you and your family come and hang with Kandi and the gang? No, we know that she does get involved with her employees. And she trying to make it seem like, well, I'm touch and go. Girl, you had a whole TV show with them, but I'll digress. I digress. You do know that one of the employees was one of your castmates or somebody that you've known for a long time, cousin, or nephew. That makes a relationship different. Some people want to make it seem like, well, she don't know everybody employed. Yeah, but now you know that it's one of your castmates' nephews. Like if I worked with someone and it was like, well, and I was their manager, direct manager, or whatever, and they're like, well, I really didn't know them like that. But then I realized it's my friend's nephew. It changes the relationship. It's like, oh dang, I didn't know that it was Kandi's cousin. We should get flowers. Oh, I didn't know that it was So Debonair's, nephew. We should do something. Oh, I didn't know that it was Jolene's nephew or niece. We should probably do something. Oh, I didn't know that it was really BTV's person. We should probably do something. Like it changes when you realize the direct connection. At least for me, some people can be insensitive and don't care. For me, I can see if something happened, it was like, yeah, that was my niece. And I would have been like, oh, shoot, I didn't know that was, Scotty by Nature's person. We should probably send something. Because I know you. It seemed like none of that happened. So hear me out. Keep going with me. Nothing was done. Nothing extra was done. Nothing extra was said. And I was talking to my partner. My partner was like, well, why didn't Marlo bring this up outside of the show? And I was watching Carlos King's video, and he was like, this was filmed. He has the same question I have. This was filmed, but it wasn't shown. Like, so don't try to make it seem like Marlo didn't bring it up. And is everybody listening to Marlo outside of Real Housewives of Atlanta? No. But it was filmed, so why was it not talked about? Why was it not shown? Question. The girls want to know. The girls want to know. Then we get down to it. She feels as if Kandi didn't really acknowledge it. I watched Kandi speak on it too, and Kandi was like, I could be insensitive. And then she started bringing out paper. To me, it felt really, to me, as a fan of Kandi's, I really didn't like how she did it. He worked for me in 1998. It was given very like, I don't give a fuck about this dead person. To me, I know y'all probably like, well, she's a boss and whatever. To me, when I watched Kandi speak on it, she was saying, yeah, Marlo's nephew's dead, shot, dead, killed. And he worked for me 2017, 2019. So those the facts. It just gave there to me. Now, I know everybody not gonna feel this way. To me, it gave this is very insensitive. We can let it go. Because then she tried to turn it around and say, Marlo's using the death and the grieving. You don't know what this lady's going through, how she's grieving. And then what it did sound like to me, when she kept going down into the story, she was saying, nobody's asking questions about Kandi stuff. Nobody could say anything about question or Kandi stuff. But when my nephew died, all the family kept saying, what about Kandi? What's Kandi gonna do? Is Kandi gonna say something? Kandi gonna do something? And can you imagine being in a family where they keep asking you about this other lady, where even Marlo said herself in today's episode or yesterday's episode or the day before yesterday's episode, that lady don't care. Like, leave it alone. But y'all badgering me. Now I'm sitting in a family who's badgering me about a lady who don't give a fuck. Do y'all get what I'm saying? So now the family, like, and she talked about, y'all could go back and rewatch the episode. She's in the family who's like, well, what about Kandi? She gonna say something? Kandi gonna do something? Kandi gonna help out? And Marlo's sticking to herself. She don't care about y'all. Y'all got a wrong impression of her. Y'all got the wrong impression of her. She don't care. She not gonna send flowers. She not gonna say nothing. She not gonna do nothing. She don't care. Like, leave it alone. We have a funeral. We have stuff that we have. Why do y'all care so much? That lady's not that great. Leave it alone. We can have the funeral. We can have the service. We can have everything. Stop asking about Kandi. Can you imagine having to feel like you need to defend yourself and everybody coming to you? Well, where's the... Savannah said, why is Kandi the topic during a... Because that's what I feel like from Marlo's perspective, that's what the media portrays her as. Well, Kandi gonna help. She gonna send flowers. She may pay for some stuff. She's so great. She's so nice. He used to work there. She's giving shows to people who work there. She puts everybody on. She's so nice. Kandi's that girl. So now the nephew died who used to work there. They're looking at Marlo and saying, what about Kandi? What Kandi gonna do? How Kandi gonna help? What's Kandi? And Marlo's like, that lady is not who y'all think she is. Stop asking about her. Stop trying to get her to even give a flower arrangement. We good. We got this. We okay without her. And I can see where Marlo, because it does seem like Marlo has a hard on for Kandi. But I think it's probably because her family has a hard on for Kandi. Like most people do. I remember when I met Kandi and I started talking to Don Juan, my family and friends was like, oh, Busy, ain't that your friend? You gonna call them? It's like, girl, I don't know them like that. They gave me an opportunity. Yeah, they sent some stuff to my house. We talked, but it's not like that. Like, let's calm it down. But I think that other people can look at it as like it's what about Kandi? Kandi gonna help, she gonna pay, she gonna do something, she gonna send flowers. And Marlo probably like, yo, just let it go. She worldwide, she do all of this stuff, she putting people on TV, but she don't care like that. When it comes down to our real lives, she don't care. Let's leave it alone. And I think that's where Marlo's coming from, because people can't say anything negatively about Kandi, so it makes it hard for her to have to defend herself with regards to Kandi, because she feels like, okay, well, I want to showcase to my family like she just like me and you. Bad stuff happening to her, just like I slashed that girl's face. Shootings happening down to her business. She regular. And how can you do that without like having to attack her? Let me read some of the comments, because I know the tomatoes are coming. But I said I was going to play the devil's advocate. I don't care. Morning, busy. Morning, Wendy. Tawana said, I agree, Savannah. They were not able to pay for the funeral. To be honest, a lot of y'all cousins be having GoFundMe's. Don't do that, Tawana. Don't do that, Tawana. You know, a lot of y'all cousins be having GoFundMe's. Kandi says she didn't even get the funeral. She didn't even get funeral arrangements. How she supposed to help when she don't know the details? She didn't care to ask. That's another layer. That's another layer. Because there'll be some dads, and I'm about to use this analogy, who be like, well, you didn't tell me the birthday plans. How was I supposed to know to get him a gift or to arrive? Why are you not asking about your son's birthday? Why are you not asking? Because if you cared, you would do so. For her to say, well, I didn't get the funeral arrangements. You knew he worked for you, and you knew it was your cast member's nephew. We're not talking about twice third removed. This was your cast member's nephew, okay? Their brother or sister's child. It was that close. This ain't miles removed. This was somebody you knows very closely, brother, sister, child. And the way you taking care of nephews now, clearly it's not that far removed. She didn't ask because she didn't care. And y'all, I'm not downing Kandi for not caring or not asking or anything like that. I don't want y'all to take it that way. If Kandi don't care, she don't care. But it's okay for her to be like, I don't give a fuck. And that's what it is. Sometimes I feel like she tries to mask it as these other reasons of, well, I'm a business owner and I got a lot of stuff going on. Just say you don't give a fuck. That's how Kenya plays it. And we're going to get into Kenya in the rest of this episode. Just say you don't give a fuck. And that's what Marlo wants her to showcase. You don't care like that. And that's okay. But let the people know you don't care like that. So I don't have to keep looking like this person who's attacking someone who has reasons and elements for not being a good person all the time. Just say you don't give a fuck. I agree. The image don't match the reality. She truly don't get. Thank you, Coco. And that's it. But the thing is, that's okay. And I think that's what Marlo wants people to see. Sometimes she just Kandi really don't give. And she's trying to make it seem like I care about the community. I do stuff for the community. I bring this up. Okay, but there also are times where you're like, I don't like you. I'm not giving no arrangement. And when you say your nephew died, I say he didn't work for us no more. And I'm not sending nothing. Because I don't care. I don't like you. I'm not sending nothing because I don't care. Show it. Show it. Marlo is using her nephew passing in a way that makes Kandi look bad. Sadly, it's not Kandi's responsibility. Agreed that it's not Kandi's responsibility. I don't know what grief Marlo's going through. It sounds like she's still frustrated that her family keeps asking about this other lady when Marlo's there to try to help and protect and do stuff for the family, and they asking about Kandi. That's what it sounded like to me. The issue is the family is not the issue is the family, not Kandi. But people displace all the time, Savannah. I love Kandi. A lot of people do. I love Kandi too. HU, no. Kandi has tried to give steps to Marlo to evaluate herself. I mean, I guess. Where Marlo should shut her family down instead of making it an issue. We on a television show. This is her issue. We on the television show. What's happening in turn? You know how many people displace all the time? This is the issue. We on a television show. Make it about the people we know. I believe I can't say what she tried to do, but Marlo has fumbled her own opportunities. Agreed. Kandi lives in Marlo's head rent free. Agreed. Marlo can't do a scene without talking about Kandi. Agreed. Marlo can't even spell the name of their store. She can name her store whatever she want to name her store. Don't do that. Why Kandi has to ask for funeral arrangements? You are reaching. I would have assumed it was a private service. A private service? Why would you assume that it was a private service? And what private services y'all know for people in the ghetto? That was a question, Busy. I'm not coming for nobody. I'm just wondering why it was a big deal. I'm with you, Tawana. Good morning, Busy and Chad. Sorry for the You good? And right, Kandi is taking care of her family. She can't take care of, and I agree 100%. I agree 100%. The thing is, I want people to know if the person that Marlo is portraying or trying to portray Kandi to be is not a bad thing. I think that her problem is Kandi doesn't want to acknowledge it. Be yourself. Say, I don't care. Say, y'all see how hard y'all going for her in the comments? I think this is what Marlo want Kandi to say. For all of the excuses y'all got for Marlo and for Kandi in the comments, I think that this is what she want Kandi to say. I don't care why I gotta reach out for funeral arrangements. It's really not that serious to me. I don't know him. That's what she want her to acknowledge. I'm just saying, y'all making it seem like Marlo's doing something just so crazy, and I feel like I'm getting her 100%. I feel like people are intentionally misunderstanding her. I feel like people are intentionally misunderstanding her. And if she is, what about it? What about it? If she is, what about it? Because what's Kandi's story? She wasn't even in this episode. To be honest, what would she be? If it wasn't for Courtney and Marlo, what we going to talk about? We can't talk about the shooting down to the restaurant. What are we going to talk about? What Kandi got? It's her storyline. Thank God. Thank God. On what? They didn't even show. They did like a little recap clips of the opening of the piano lesson. What Kandi giving us? I think we got too used to the old faces and the way that they do things that now we are going to be upset about anybody who's bringing something new. Busy Renee said that happened 2 years ago. Oh, and when does grief? My dad died almost 7, and still, well, my mother's late husband, and I still have problems with it. And I don't got to worry if I don't have to work with the people who I feel like played a part of my grief. I don't even know. I don't know what the people are even saying to me. Her nephew died 2 years ago. Okay, so then ask Renee, what's the time limit on the grief? when do you stop grieving your nephew or stop thinking about how frustrated you were during the time period? Give us that date. What's the date? What are y'all saying to me? 2 years ago or not 2 years ago? What's the date then? When should Marlo stop talking? Oh, the nephew died 2 years ago, so she should have stopped talking about it. What date? What's the date? Are we putting time limits on grief now? Are we saying that a person who's on a TV show, you can't talk about a grief? You can't talk about grief after this, sir? What's the date? What's the date? Now we putting time limits on it. Like I'm telling y'all, say I'm reaching, but it seems like there are mental gymnastics that are done in order to make it seem like somebody else is just acting so ridiculous. When as a regular person, you grieve people. Sometimes you start crying about cousins years later, and you just start crying, or you start talking about them or thinking about them, or about how upset you were that somebody didn't call you and tell you something, or somebody didn't help out and that day that you really needed somebody, and that could be years ago. People try to take humanity out of this show. It could be 10 years. Some of y'all be sitting in your bathroom putting on makeup and be like, you know what? That happened in 2006, but now I'm bothered because now I'm realizing this. That's all I'm saying. We could keep moving on. It sounds to me like Marlo, she does. Somebody put it in the comments already, but Marlo has a problem with her family. But I feel like the family trauma is the fact that they're looking at Kandi to do stuff. And Marlo's trying to get them to realize, why y'all asking for Kandi? Stop asking for Kandi. She don't give up. She don't care. She not going to help out. She not going to do anything. And we got people in the comments and Kandi herself being like, he worked for me for 2017 to 2018. Didn't know him. We paid him out his severance package. We good. I don't care. Not sending an edible arrangement. Not sending flowers. We don't give a. And I don't like Marlo. And whatever her family going through, sorry for you. He didn't get shot at my establishment when he was working for us. He was dead and it didn't matter. And she need to stop using this dead person to try to attack me. I don't care about the family. I don't care about the dead boy. And I don't care about her. Say that. Say that. And we'll be fine. I think that's what Marlo wants from Kandi. Moving on, Sheree's at the doctor. She got fibroids. She said her period been going for a long time. She has a lot of bleeding, but she been trying to get dick down by Martell. And she can't get dick down if she got all of these periods and all of this stuff. So they don't want to do a full hysterectomy that Giselle had. Y'all remember Candace said her dwindling uterus was waiting for her to put her on TV. She didn't put her dwindling uterus on TV. Sheree did put her dwindling uterus on TV. And she said, look, girl, you're not taking mine out, but you could shrink the things. Have you seen my man? Have you seen my man? Okay. I want to get some D. Okay. So she said that what she's going to do is just get them shrunk down. She said she had, the doctor said it was lemon size. I'm not a woman. I don't have fibroids. Where the hell is a lemon-sized fibroid hiding in Sheree? Now, I don't know. Women, put it in the comment. Are fibroids hard? Are they like a mass that's hard? Or is it a mass that's soft? And then, where the hell is, she said you have a couple of lemon-sized fibroids. A lemon? Where? Child, I would have said take the whole thing away. Take the whole thing away. Sheree ain't having no more kids. Take the whole thing away. Take this whole thing out of me, girl. Take this whole thing away. That's what I would have said. She needs to listen to her doctor. I agree. She needs to just have her removed. Okay, girl, just take this whole thing out. Okay. After that, we get more Sanya saying Sanya. It looked like she's getting ready for photo shoots. The sister said, not coming to this one. She's done. The husband done. Everybody done. Sanya says she feels bad because she brought everybody to Jamaica. Maybe she could have been a little bit more sensitive because y'all, I don't know, put in the comments if I missed it. I felt like she was rude when she told her sister, y'all gotta go. Ross said, y'all gotta go. Ross said it's time for y'all to go. And even the mother was like, well, didn't we say a year or 2 years? And so he said, I know, but he said, y'all gotta leave. Okay. She was a little insensitive to me with that, but I guess that's what didn't work for her. So now she's sad because her sister said, F you and me and my children. Because I did feel her in that first scene when the sister was like, well, let me go grab my things. Since we got to leave, let me go grab my tribe of children. Okay. All of the stuff that we brought up here from Jamaica, my hair salon stuff, and let me just leave. Let me get out of here. But Sanya says she don't feel like she's being appreciated because she was trying to share the wealth. I mean, I guess. Okay, whatever. After that, we get to Sheree's house because it's time to leave. King says she don't want people showing up at her house anymore because it's a little dangerous. I think that is not because it's a little dangerous. I think the people said we can't drive down this driveway, so we're not coming. You need to find a flat surface for us to drive to. Okay. Morning, Busy. What morning, Kiss My Cheeks TV? Make sure you go follow Kiss My Cheeks TV. You can have fibroids the size of grapefruits inside of you. Where? Sheree and Martell ain't even a couple. Well, she said she getting some D. Maybe that's a part of the contract. Sheree and Hotel are not together. So now they watch perpetuate a fake relationship. They can be bigger than lemon. Remove the ASAP. Say down, gone. Just gone. Oh, you called it live. You did call it live, rhythm guy. I'll say it louder. Solange would never. Not Solange would never. She'll be fighting for her sister. Okay. All right. My fibroid went from grapes to grapefruit in 3 months. First of all, I'm glad you still here and with us because I heard that they can get really bad. So, what would you suggest that Sheree do? Because I say take the whole thing away. Take this whole out of me. Okay, just take it out. Does it feel different sexually if you don't have, fallopian tubes and all of that? I don't think the man don't feel nothing different. Girl, if you don't take this thing out of me, and again, I don't know what's going on. I'm not a woman, so I can't say. But if you can still get it right and tight and it feels good, girl, if you don't take this whole thing out of me, I'll rest for 2 months. So the dad said he'll step up. And they said, girl, you don't even know how to write an email. Okay, so we know that you ain't gonna be able to do it. So they get to Kenya's house. That's what we were talking about. Y'all, what contract and what conversation did they have with the girls that it was like Courtney's gonna be here? Because it's so strange to me now. Monyetta being there because she knows Kandi and she knows the girls. It doesn't seem strange. But Courtney just got here yesterday. What was the sit down that they had with Kenya when it was like, well, Courtney's gonna be on the trip too? I just have questions of how she get to be there. Anyway, everybody packing, they're leaving. Kenya says we about to leave at 10:15. She had her own time because everybody came late. The people who not coming is Drew and Kandi. Drew says she had influenza B, and then Kandi had a power 100 something that she had to go to. So I thought it was telling of what this trip was gonna be like because Kenya's the most senior, girl on the trip. So how's she gonna be able to handle these girls? Is it gonna be, I'm gonna tell y'all what we gonna do, get in line, get in check, or is it gonna be like this fun, flirty trip? Like, what is it gonna be like? So I was excited to see that dynamic because when all the girls got to the truck, to the sprinter van, I was thinking, this seemed weird. Like even this group of girls just seem weird. We got Sheree, Mangetta, Kenya, Sanya, Marlo, and Courtney. So just a little weird. Sanya says as they're leaving, she got to come back home to do something for NBC, and then she gotta go right. She gonna come right back to the trip because that's what friends do. Kenya wouldn't do that for you, Sanya. So just to learn who to be a friend to, because I don't feel like Kenya would leave for NBC, come back. That's just me. So Kenya starts to talk about what they're gonna be doing. She says, "Look, as soon as we get there, we're going straight to a dance class because the hotel said we can't get our seats, our rooms until 3. So we're gonna get to the dance class, grab a bite to eat, and then change and go to a charity event." Marlo was like, "Well, I don't have anything," and Kenya was like, "Well, it's Birmingham." Have y'all ever noticed? And I'm gonna say this before I really dive into the thing. Kenya does not look at Marlo. She pays her dust. Sorry, I should have blown to the microphone, but she doesn't give her time of day. And I think it's really weird sometimes to me. That's what I'm saying. I'm starting to realize these older ones, these senior housewives for their works. Because Kenya don't even acknowledge her. She be looking to the side. Marlo could be sitting over here. She'd be like, well, we're all going to have fun. Marlo can ask her a question directly, and she'll be like, well, we'll see what we're going to do. You going to be dancing, you're going to be doing stuff. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. She don't even give her eye contact. She don't look at her. She doesn't talk directly to her. Any chance she gets, she undercuts her. Did you text me? I don't have your number. You're not that important. She like is very rude to her. So I always think it's weird when people, because the rudeness that y'all know how y'all have a certain amount or a level of rudeness. Maybe y'all go to the club or whatever, and you're like, okay, let's let Charity do the talking because she a lot more nicer and how she's rude. We won't let Sade do the talking because Sade, she gonna be rude, okay? So we're just gonna let Charity talk and not let Sade talk. The problem is we got Sade and Charity talking to each other. And where Marla Kenya's just like, no, it's fine. I'm not gonna talk directly to you. I don't care about you. You're not important to me. Marlo's more like you a skippy. Okay, that's her rudeness. Okay, I'm gonna match energy with the energy that I know how to match it with. This my arsenal. We only got bazookas, guns, and stuff over here. Okay, sorry. Kenya's hosting skills suck very. That's how you know the production put that trip together. It was really bad. The whole film, not the whole trip was a scheme that of Todd's. What's up, Carber? We all know that Kenya is lacking extremely in hosting department, but I still love her. Very, she's lacking very much. What's up, Ellen? It is Kenya's plan to disrespect Marlo. She never looks at y'all. Go back and watch the episode. She won't look her in her face. She won't acknowledge her. She won't look her in her face. I would be rude to Marlo too. Agreed. Marlo has been nasty to Kenya. She has been with since she has been with it. That's true. The best shade is no acknowledgement. People come for me all the time. They just don't find. Get out of here, Beebs. So I want y'all to remember this as the day goes on, right? So then they're talking about single life, and I guess Courtney, they asked who's single, and they asked Courtney if she's single. She said it's complicated. It does seem complicated because when that man called, he was like, when you coming back home? And it's like, you don't go with me. Anyway, they talk about Future in the post that was going on with Future and his baby mom and that girl. And was like, you ain't had a problem when I was eating your booty. And I think Sheree gave up the goods because she was like, well, Kenya, what did you do when you was down there? Because Sanya said, if Ross tooted his booty up in me, first of all, if Ross tooted his booty in my face, it's over for the night. It's just how I feel. it's over for it. Really is over for the night. When I get it, it get done. Two sticks in the bun. Okay, that's what I'm saying. But Sonya says she don't want Ross to do it. I said I do. Um, Kenya said that she did it when she was in her 20s. So she was Miss USA eating booty. Okay, that's all we heard. Sheree gave up the conversation. I don't think she meant to. Why is this a conversation? I think because some people don't like to acknowledge the booty eating. You like to eat booty, Savannah? Let's put it in the comments. And if you don't put it in the comments, that's why we put it on TV. So then we get to the dance rehearsal. It was whack. They started bucking. You know, they was doing the bring it, bum, bum, bum. Sheree won a suite. Kenya went into another room to practice her moves. Sheree wins a buck off. We get to lunch. They talk about how great it is. Then Bryce calls Courtney. And Bryce was like, when you coming back home? She's like, look, I'm with the girls. I'm eating, da-da-da. And Kenya says, there's only one Bryce that I know. And he was in this group. She was like, yes, that's my man, my man, my man, my man. She's like, oh, we was in the movie RHOA. Y'all remember when Manasseh Trois was out? And Kenya that was one of the multi-million-dollar films that Kenya produced. He was in it with her. She was like, I haven't seen him in a long time. She called him. She's like, he was so fine in the 90s. When Kenya got up on, she said, oh, hey, you. Yeah. Wow. Times of now life has now it's been hard out here for all of us. Kenya was not feeling it. She said he was cute in the 90s and we gonna leave it there. I mean, but we all don't look like we used to in the 90s, Kenya included. So as they start eating, Kenya says, well, there was an incident that someone had told me about. And here go Marlo. She was like, well, she wasn't even there. Now she don't want to talk to me. She don't like to acknowledge me. She's mad rude to me. Now she about to bring up Drew. And she was like, well, I'm just saying, please don't talk over me, Marlo. Marlo said, well, who are you to not talk over? I can say what I want to say. I can say whatever I want to do. Do whatever I want to do. It's a no for me, but I don't judge. Do your thing. Hey, y'all know y'all licked a booty hole or two. Y'all acting like y'all don't. And I'm so tired of y'all doing these. Care Bear said nope. April said nope. Kim said, you nope. Shout out to Memja. Put your bees in the comments from him. She said, I bet Sheree got in between Bob's clappers. But what's the problem with it? My thing is, what's the problem with it? Somebody give a $5 super chat for the booty eaters. Kenya included. I wish you don't look alike. You don't look alike. I'm the only one who's older than the lady in the mirror. Never. Camera, your comment got held by you. No, it did. We got it. That's for you, members. So, who is y'all? Ellie, you know who y'all is? Y'all done been, it's too close for y'all not to get a little bit of licky lick on it. Let me leave this alone because this is the internet. Let me get off of here. Okay, not ready for that. I eat the right groceries. I'm just saying, who says those the wrong ones? Let's move on. So they start talking about the thing, and Marla was like, who are you to not interrupt? And Kenya was like, well, I've been, again, not looking at her. I've been not nice to you. I've been very nice to you. And she's like, I don't know, then let's not be not nice right now. Keep doing what you're doing. You don't know. And the thing is, throughout the years, these are the same things that they have done to Marlo. You weren't there. Don't bring it up. Why are you talking about it? I'm not going to talk about it. You're not going to talk about it because you're not there. You weren't there. And I felt like even though Marlo's gutter, she handled it the same way that they handled it. It's just, you know how Kandi on her speak on it, she'd be like, why these girls keep acting so classy and like they so removed from the ghetto and the hood? But they are that. And I feel like Marlo doesn't act like that, but people hate her because she doesn't act like that. Because Marlo's like, girl, I don't give a beers. I'm gonna talk over you, and I don't care. And again, it seems like Kandi acts like I don't like when they try to act too proper and too prim, and why they don't just be your regular self. You from the hood, you say you from the ghetto, just be like that. Marlo does it, but the people get mad at her. I digress. And Marlo said, look, girl, you are nobody to not talk over. I'm gonna say what I want to say, and it don't matter. Then Courtney comes in, she's like, well, wasn't it a family issue, girl? I'm not saying nothing else. You want to talk about it, then you talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. This has nothing. You weren't there, and then Kenya says, well, she says you were standing over her and you were being aggressive. I don't think that she was being now, I will say when Marlo left the room, security, when Marlo was leaving the room and she said, my nephew's dead, that was a very aggressive. But throughout the whole time, and we saw it in the extended version, she was sitting in a chair. And she even said, I'm gonna let you talk, Drew, and then I want you to let me talk. I want to know why you didn't say shooting. This was the scene. I want to know why you didn't just say shooting. Say shooting. Why didn't you say shooting? She even sat down and was like, look, I'm gonna be quiet. You talk. I'm gonna let you talk. And then I'm gonna talk. And then when Drew stopped talking, then Marlo talked. And she was still sitting down. She got upset and walked out. And that's what she said, my nephew's dead. But all of the stuff that King was trying to make it seem like she was aggressive, she was mean, she was yelling at her, talking down to her. Child boo. That was not what was happening. That is not what was going on. He like it. I love it. Marlo was right in that scene. Kenya was dead wrong. You weren't there. Shut up. Because that's what they will be telling Marlo. You weren't there. Don't talk about it. They will be doing the same thing to her. Marlo was like, girl, you weren't there. You can't talk about it. Marlo hasn't been my favorite. But why are people thinking that they will get a different Marlo because they got... Thank you, Kim. They want her to act like something. My thing is, she's been her authentic, crazy, draggy self. She ain't giving nothing different. Marlo was not all at Kandi restaurant, so why she talk about that? Because it was on the news. It was already in the news. She wasn't saying nothing that wasn't in the news. You talk about the shooting, Keisha, GH, you talk about the shooting that happened down at the restaurant. Is that what you talk about when you said Marlo wasn't there? You talk about the shooting, the shots fired, the continuous shootings that's been happening at her restaurants. Is that what you talk about? The shootings? It was because it was in the news. And just like if y'all need to go watch my last video about is it a double standard? Because Kandi looked at Phaedra, which clearly there was a court case surrounding that. Kandi looked at Phaedra and said, I don't know what you want me to say. My mama didn't say nothing that wasn't already in the news. Girl, he said he was coming down to your building and he said he was going to blow you the fuck up. They said that he said that he was going to blow you the fuck up. And Kandi said, I'm not apologizing for that. And why don't you want me to bring that up? Because my mama didn't say nothing that wasn't already in the news. But when it comes to Kandi and the girls say shooting down at Blaze, shooting down at OLG, now the girls are like, she can't talk about it. Be quiet. If I was Kandi or Marlo, I would say, well, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not saying nothing that wasn't already in the news. Y'all go watch my last video. It says, is there a double standard for Kandi? Because some of y'all feel like Candy's above reproach sometimes, but Kandi did the same thing. So did her mama. He said that he was going on there. He said he was going to blow you up. He brought bombs and stuff, and he said he was going to blow you up. And Kandi said, we can bring it up because it was in the news. And I'm not going to, my mama didn't say nothing that wasn't in the news. So what you mad about? We all knew, I live in DC and I saw it on the news. Now, when Marlo says it's a shooting in the news, y'all say, oh, don't bring it up. Marlo not saying nothing that wasn't already in the news. Marlo not saying nothing that wasn't already in the news. What are y'all saying to me? Let me play this clip. Let me play this clip for y'all. Because she's not saying nothing that wasn't already in the news. I'm about to show it again. I know y'all getting tired of me. I don't care. Oh, why the StreamYard not playing? Hi.
Pleasure of dinner.
Oh, it's not showing it.
I really
Hold on.
felt uncomfortable after the whole, your mom kept saying, okay, this boy's trying to blow you up. Yeah. It just, my crusade is helping.
My mama didn't say nothing that wasn't already in the news.
Oh, Lord, here we go again. She about to stand on her soapbox and come for my mama. Girl, bye. I don't know what you're trying to help, but my mother didn't say nothing but was already in the news. And then you said that she wasn't worried about it at all.
I don't know what you're trying to help, but my mother didn't say nothing that wasn't already in the news. My mother didn't say nothing that wasn't already in the news. That man said he was gonna blow you up. Now I don't know if they put all of that in the news, but that's y'all Atlanta news. Maybe they did say all of that. I don't remember. I don't remember all of that being in the news, but Kandi said that her mother said that they said on the news that man was gonna blow Phaedra the up. And he came down there with bombs so he could blow Phaedra the up. And Kandi said that was in the news. That was, what type of reporting are y'all doing down there in Atlanta? Kandi said that's what y'all said on the news. Y'all said in the news that man came down there to Phaedra's building and said he was gonna blow y'all the up. And he said he came to blow Phaedra the up. That was what was on the news. So why can't Marlo say shooting? It's not making sense to me. And people are contorting themselves to make it seem like, well, Candy's business is our business. She's made it a business to make her businesses our business. And now one of the businesses that she made our business is in some business. And now we're going to ask about the shooting. And if I was Marlo, I would go back to this episode and I would be like, I'm not saying nothing that wasn't already in the news. It was a shooting. Well, we can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. But your mama could come down and say, he said he was going to blow you the up. He said he was going to blow you up. He said he was going to blow you the F up. That's what Kandi said was in the news. Anyway, I'm going to keep going because y'all not hearing me. Y'all not going to hear me. Y'all not going to get it. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to shut up because y'all not going to get me. Y'all not hearing me. Let me shut up. Because now they mad at Kandi. Hold on. So let me get off this subject because people still get mad at me. Well, Kandi, hers is a different thing. Marlo's trying to, okay, girl, if we just matching up what we supposed to be matching up, when it was an event that happened at Phaedra's place, Kandi said, well, I don't know what you want me to do. It was in the news. We talk about what was on the news. But when Marlo does it, oh, it's an investigation. We can't do it. Girl, y'all get amnesia. Y'all look like Cherish and y'all get amnesia. Let me keep going. So then at the end of the day, I was with Marlo when she said, girl, you wasn't there. Shut up. Kenya was still trying to, well, she was very upset. She said you were aggressive. You wasn't there. You wasn't there. Shut up. That's it. Do they know you got all these plus ones coming with you today? Well, she'd even look at her during that question. Well, they'll make accommodations for me. Girl, we'll see. We get down. Everybody getting dressed, getting ready. The hotel, Child, I saw those keys. That's like a Hilton key. I saw those keys. It was giving low budget. Okay. It was giving Wyndham by the Hilton. Okay. But I'm gonna leave it alone. She gave them all the little champagne. Sheree thought that she was getting a suite for that dance. Girl, goodbye. Goodbye. So we leave it alone. Everybody come upstairs. Marietta came down looking like a baked potato. Okay. I don't care what nobody say. Drag me if y'all feel like I was being insensitive. Marietta came down looking like a baked potato. And then had the nerve to be like, well, this all I got. Okay. Man, yeah, I thought she was about to stand firm in her word because she would have been able to really give Kenya the business had she just went dressed like a baked potato at the party. Okay. So she had her baked potato outfit on. Kenya said, you need to change. This is a classy event. The only people that was in the car was Kenya, Sheree, and Courtney. They leave. Okay, Monia was like, I have a black dress. Kenya said, well, we gotta go. Can y'all imagine dealing with somebody like that? So then we get to this ghetto event. The girls got their phones out. And the thing is, it was just a regular HBCU event. It was probably put on by me and my friends. That's how basic it looked. Okay. I'm broke. I'm very regular. My only thing would be is that I would not have told them, well, let's get to it. So then Marlo, Sanya, Sheree, everybody shows up. They get sparkles, this and that. The event very, y'all granddaddy was there. My granddaddy was there. Y'all cousins was there. It was very regular. So then they decided they want to sit upstairs, right? Production comes over to Kenya, was like, girl, we got to go. They said it's too much that's going on, and they're not worried about the real charity. My whole thing is this: what was the charity? Because if you're trying to get people to come to your event, I think that Real Housewives of Atlanta being in the house would be the draw. Because then the girls are calling the other girls like, you better. If the fee or the entry fee and the drinks were the reason, or all of those proceeds go to the charities or the schools, girl, you better get LaQuashier down here because Kenya and them down here. Girl, yes, call David and tell him, get all the girls together. It's like they don't up the charge to get in. They said it's like $50 a head now. They said it's $50 a head to get in because it's after hours, but y'all come down here like they upstairs, right? I just took a picture with Kenya. Come down here right now. That would have been so much money. Like, you know how much money you could have raised for your two HBCUs? Instead, you're like, well, they're not worried about the charities. Girl, and it seemed like neither was y'all. One of them came in looking like he just got off a train ride, midnight train to Georgia to look for a better life. One of the men looked like he really just got off the midnight train to Georgia looking for a better life, going back to find. He had on a top hat, a brown suit. He like he was going back to find a simpler place in time. And why wouldn't y'all let them stay there? Think about it. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I would have let them stay there, and then I would have upped how much it cost to get in. Drinks would have been more expensive. Bottles would have been more expensive. The cost of entry would have been more expensive. Girl, if y'all thought y'all was getting money before, wait till Kenya and the crew staying upstairs. Girl, y'all better get Melissa down here. Tell her to come. Tell all of them. Tell them to Kawashi, everybody. Tell them not. They said it's now $60 a head. They said ladies not free before 11 anymore. But they upstairs. Yo, we could get on the show. They upstairs right now. They said $65. They said $100 a pop. But girl, I'm telling you, we could get. I'm seeing Mongetta's here. I'm just saying. Thank you, Talise. And they was taking pictures with everybody. Everybody could have got. To me, that charity event dropped the ball. To me. After that, they leave. They go back to the hotel. They mad because they like, look, she got us all the way out here. We not doing nothing. I know Sonya saying Sanya's mad. Girl, you had me get on this bus and drive all the way down here with y'all hoes. I barely got one cocktail. And then we gotta go to bed. And I gotta go back to Atlanta for NBC. Girl, no. If I was saying Sanya, I would have been so mad. You done brought me all the way down here. And I gotta go back home in the morning. And I can't even get a cocktail. Girl, I would have been pissed off. Okay. And so I was happy when Marlo was kicking the door. Why is your daughter not with that white lady? We got to show the film. We still filming. You still film. Y'all remember when they was mad at Kenya for going and leaving early because she had Brooklyn upstairs at that other party, or that other time she got that sub or fish sandwich or whatever it was, and she had Brooklyn with her? Girl, we have a show to film. And we saw that you got a white lady coming with you. Why is Brooklyn not with the white lady while we do our stuff? Just because you got kicked out of the Cherry event don't mean that our show is over. We still got stuff to film. That's how I felt. I would have kicked down that door like Marlo. And I don't care who else is on this floor. And if other people are on this floor, girl, we really staying in the ghetto. They didn't block off the floors for production. Girl, I can't. How did y'all feel about this episode? I know y'all gonna throw tomatoes. The people get mad at me when I start to do the again. I'm playing devil's advocate because I understand what it's like. When I had to fight for Kenya all those years, the girls used to hate me, but we made it out. We made it out and we made it here. And now I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't think Marlo that bad. And if it wasn't for Marlo, what we was going to be talking about anyway. And that's how I felt about Kenya. That everybody had Kenya name in their mouth. Now I feel like I'm here with Marlo. I'm not saying she's still my favorite. Y'all know I'm a Kenya stan, will be always. And y'all know that I do work with Kandi. So, but I gotta be honest with what I'm seeing on the show. Marlo's not as bad as the people trying to make it seem. And I get exactly what she's saying. I think people are intentionally misunderstanding her. And she's not too far off with how she feels and what she's saying. And I think that we all have been misted in some ways by Kandi. And that's okay. That's what she's been on her TV shows for a long time, and they have portrayed her in a certain light. I think we all just stuck there sometimes. And I want Kandi to get on TV and say, yo, child, if that person who died and the person who used to work for me, just like she went on Speak On it and was like, he was dead. Girl didn't work for me because I didn't like him. Dead. Be that way. So that Marlo can finally be like, you know what, this is the Kandi that I've been trying to tell y'all about. And let's leave it here. Let me get off here. I'm about to do a summer house review. If you want to know more about me and everything else I'm going to find me on Instagram and on Twitter, BusyBlu, no space, no E. You can also find me on Twitch, BusyBlu, where this is definitely streaming right now. Y'all, this is a cute little midday Tuesday recap. I thank everybody for coming in here. Shout out to Mims who gave a super chat. I love each and every single one of y'all. Have a happy Tuesday. I'm about to go get busy, and you all stay busy. Till next time.